we hear about them in the Bible shows one particular thing, that they lost focus. And it is not that they are not Christians. They are Christians. If you cry, you suffer. But because of one thing, that time I talk about something. One of them was fear. Osro, to take decisions and stand in it. His focus is on Jesus. Let's talk about Peter. If we look at the life of Peter, in Matthew 14 verse 30. Matthew 14 verse 30. If you are there, you can. Matthew chapter 13 verses 40. Verses 30. It says what? Are you there? Matthew 14 verse 30. And we know the story. Jesus, the disciples were on the sea at night, and Jesus appeared to them walking on the sea. And then what happened? Now, so Matthew 14 verse 30. Are you there? But when he saw the wind, okay, so let's go to 29. So he said, come. Verse 28, let's go back further. Verse 28. And Peter answered him and said, Lord, if it is you that is walking on the cross, command me to come to you on the water. That's boldness. His focus was on Jesus. If it is you, and you know Peter, he takes very strong decisions. And he said what? So he said, come. And when Peter had come down of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. When you are ready, when you're focused on Jesus, Jesus will call you to come to him. Amen. When Jesus sees that, wow, you believe in him, that he is Jesus. He is the one that can do, only Jesus that can walk on the water. The Son of God that can walk on it, no other person. If it is you, command me. One can just say that. I should say command. He needs command from Jesus. At times we need command from Jesus. Amen. He has to command us, put that strength in us to know that he is the Lord. Amen. He will ask you to come to him. And when you come to him, everything that you need, God will give you. He will give it to you. Amen. But he says that, but when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid and beginning to sink. He cried out, saying, Lord, save me. Look at Peter. Jesus has called you to come. Your focus was on Jesus. Come. And he was going. He was going. Now, he took 1, 2 steps. The focus should have been on Jesus. But he looked around. It says when the wind was boisterous, when things around him shows that, hey, it is true, it is Jesus that I'm going to. But this one here, let me look at it. So his focus will change. He just directed his focus on the things that was around. When you are going to Jesus, when Jesus calls you to him, when you become born again, that's why they say the old things, you should have to forget about it. They are still there. They are still there. 1 Thessalonians 5:17. He says it. They are still there. 2 Corinthians 5:17. So 2 Corinthians. When you are born again, when you become born again, the old things pass. Behold, the new has come. Those new things that has come, that is the Jesus that you are focusing on. Amen. So he called him to come. And when he was coming, when he was going to Jesus, then he saw the wind just be boisterous. And now no yet thing. He was a fisherman. So he knows that a boisterous wind, what he can do. Sometimes the devil uses the things that you fear very much to get your attention and to get you. Amen. So you'll be on your fisher, maybe the mean and cry, and come on, to say unto Jesus. Hey, a woman, a bay, amen. And you're there, and come, but you and I were not there. Amen. It was Peter that was there. Peter who said, hey, where they are not thing. And he became afraid. That shall not be afraid. Amen. When you're focused on Jesus, be on Jesus. Don't be afraid. No matter what the wind, the storm will come. Focus on Jesus. Focus on who? Jesus. When you focus on Jesus, Jesus can save you. Amen. So he cried out, Lord, save me. And immediately, Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him. And he said to him, oh, you little faith, why did you doubt? And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Wow. When Jesus comes in, the wind ceased. When Jesus said that, don't you believe in me? The wind ceased. That is how it is. Focus on Jesus. Be focused. If you concentrate and focus on Jesus, look, he is there to take you from any wind, any storm. Amen. No matter the situation, no matter the condition. Focus on Jesus. Amen. May the Lord be your strength. Ma nyame onankasa na basaka sreno ono no nkuro. So why journey you there e ka no wontum nti obotum etua. That don't let that distract you. Amen. So you realize that Peter's attention, he was distracted. We know of Samson. God positioned him in a place, in a position that anka over there, look at what he was. He was very powerful. God gave him strength. He should have focused. But attention, look at the attention. And your man Samson, sometimes, God even used that. The first woman that Samson went in for, he used that even woman to kill people. And who wants to know? They are open. No, you see, no. But that wasn't there. God's mind to use him to the woman should go and take women so that the people will come and then he will kill them. No. Your even desire, God can use it. Amen. But your attention should not be on those things. It should be on God. Amen. And you bring your attention, I can just 2 months to end the year. If we have to concentrate on God, and we will not look at the things around us, and we remain our focus on God, God is going to use us for greater things. Amen. Even before the end of the year. Now, 1 Samuel chapter 18 verse 9 says something. Or can be said? Or say, Saul did something. When David